Alright guys, so what I want to talk about in this video is the FIBO Pro getting canceled. And the reason I want to talk about it is because I feel like it's our responsibility as as people with a voice in the fitness community. People watch our videos and listen to our videos. I feel like it's partly our responsibility to kind of talk about these things and make sure they don't happen again. So the FIBO Pro in Germany was this past weekend, and if you don't know what it is, it's a big pro bodybuilding show. They have a huge expo. It's one of the biggest expos in the world. Um, but they canceled the bodybuilding show at the last minute. So basically you had these guys that were going to compete in it, training for months, if not a year, spending all that money on food, drugs, supplements, spending the money on their plane ticket, their hotel, getting to Germany. A lot of these people didn't even have sponsors that could pay for all that stuff. So all these guys that went to FIBO to compete got fucked at the last minute. I think it was 7 days before the show. The promoters just sent them an email and said, "Hey, we're not doing the show anymore. Sorry about your luck." So I feel like it's our job to kind of get this message out there, because this is kind of an overseas thing, something that might have gone unnoticed and untalked about here in the U.S. But I know there was guys, Cedric, Fuad Abiyad were competing in it. So there were some big guys competing in the show, and they both got fucked. So I think it's our job to kind of share this and make sure people know that it happened, and make sure people know that it's unacceptable and that it doesn't happen again. Because here's these guys that spent all this time on this shit, and now they did it for nothing. It just sucks, man. I couldn't imagine training for a pro bodybuilding show, especially Fuad. He hasn't competed in a while. This is like his debut comeback show. He's training for forever. He gained like 20 pounds of muscle. I couldn't imagine training that long and having him just say, you know what, never mind. And apparently the shitty thing is these athletes had to sign a contract when they agreed to do the show. So when the athletes agreed, they had to sign a contract that said, we're going to do this show, and if we bail out, we have to pay you, the promoters, $5,000 of a fine because we didn't do the show. So what I want to see happen is the promoters take the prize money, whatever money they have. The reason that it was canceled is still unclear. They haven't really said if it was because they didn't have enough competitors, which I think wouldn't make any sense at all. I think even if they had 5 competitors, I feel like people would still buy tickets and people would still watch, because they had Cedric, they had Fuad. Those are 2 big names. So I don't think that would be the reason. There's been speculation that the promoter pulled out, they had sponsors pull out, they didn't have enough money. So I think if the athletes had to pay them $5,000 for canceling on the show, that the promoters of the show should have to pay the athletes at least $5,000 each for taking up this chunk of their life for nothing, man. I think it needs to be put out there. I think there needs to be an apology to the athletes. There needs to be some kind of retribution to the athletes. I think they need to pay them. And in my opinion, if there was any prize money left over, it was usually about 100 grand for a smaller show like this. Total prize money for everybody. I think they should just split that up evenly amongst whoever they had on the competitor lineup. Just give them some money, man. They still came to the expo too. Man, if that were me, I wouldn't come to the expo. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get that out there. I think other people should make videos about it. I think other channels should spread it out there, because I think it's bullshit that they can cancel a show on these pros at the last minute and get away with it, man. That's crazy. So share this video, guys. Make a video yourself. Post about it on Twitter. I don't care. Just try to get it out there. It's not cool, man. Not cool at all.